What's going on, guys? My name is Ashura and I am back with another video. Now today I want to do an actual tarot card reading on the case of Kenneka Jenkins, and this has been going wild on the internet and in the news at the moment, and it's even reached our African shores. And this case really baffled me because for me there was just too many variables as to what could have happened, and I feel that there's something more to the story that some people aren't talking, and you know, that there's some things that need to come out. And for me, this case has been bothering me since September, when it broke in the news in the US about this young lady and her friends who had a party at the Rosemont Hotel in Chicago. And what happened was there was a party. She left home at 11:30 p.m. and she was reported missing around 4 a.m. by her friends. Her body then consequently turned up in the hotel's walk-in freezer. Okay, guys, it was an unused freezer of the hotel. And then the post-mortem pictures surfaced, and the pictures, to be honest, were quite horrifying because they definitely indicated some foul play. And every time I tried to push this case to the side, it kept on coming back. It kept on coming back. And that is why today I want to come to you with this psychic tarot card reading. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ashura, and I have been doing psychic tarot card readings for more than 15 years. I have helped many people, provide many people with clues in finding missing people and things. And I've also provided, new leads in cases where missing people or unsolved cases where new leads were required. So I always say that it's not me who solves the case. It is the people and that are involved in solving the case, and family and friends who kind of can put these clues together. Today I am going to use a few of my tarot cards. I'll be using various different types of cards, and I'll also be using numerology and some other divination techniques to bring out some clarity as to what happened to this young lady on the night of September 8th, 2017. So the first thing I want to do is give my cards a shuffle, and I want to know, did Kenneka walk into the freezer at the Rosemont Hotel by herself? This is a very important question, and usually with these types of unsolved mysteries, it is important to, if you are a tarot reader yourself, try and ask individual questions, and ask individual questions and lay your cards out for each question. Okay. So let's see. So right off the back, when I see these cards, wow. So right off the back, when I drew the Three of Cups card, now already that is giving me some very important information here, that this young lady was most definitely intoxicated. Can you see that card there? It's a picture of a young person, and they are smoking opium with an older person out in the field. Do you see that? So what I'm getting here is that yes, Kenneka was intoxicated. I feel like, you know, she was not really a weed smoker, but she was under the pressure of her friends, convinced right in the beginning of the evening to smoke some weed. And I feel like the incident with smoking the weed happened before she got to the party, and I think most probably in the hotel parking lot, because that's what I'm getting. Okay, I also feel like from when that moment happened, she'd already been feeling a little bit woozy, and I got my next card here is the 5 of Coins. So once that incident started with the smoking, and she'd already been feeling a bit intoxicated, she started walking down from that very moment down quite a tangled path. And that is what I'm getting from this card. Okay. I do believe that what happened from there was, look, they're showing me 2 hotel rooms. So there were definitely 2 hotel rooms booked. One where the party was happening, and the second one I'm feeling that there was like the second room was for some drug dealers or some kind of gang, or a crew. I'm getting a crew for them to be there while the party was happening in the other room. Okay, and I also got the Temperance card here, and that tells me that the combination of alcohol and drugs that were used was actually didn't mix well in her system. It was a deadly mix. So what they're showing me is that she my throat's getting dry, so what they're showing me is that she choked on something. She was given a very strong drink, and I think it was early on in the evening. I think it was well into maybe 11 o'clock to midnight that she took, they convinced her to drink the alcohol, and I feel like she choked on it. I feel like she choked on this drink, and I think the effects were almost immediate. I'm sensing here, and I got the Queen of Wands card here. And if you notice there's 2 ladies in this card, and there is a basket of fruit. And I am hearing in my mind, I'm hearing forbidden fruit, forbidden fruit. So someone, a female, took medication from, I'm getting a mother figure, and brought this along to this party. I don't feel like this was a planned death. I feel like this was a horrible joke or a revenge thing gone wrong. I feel like there was one of her friends brought medication that was from an older female. So I'm seeing a mother here, because in this card there's a woman with an apron, so it could be from a mother or an aunt. Okay, and that combination with the alcohol is what I feel like that was a deadly combination for her, and that is what set her off into that staggering mode of, I don't know where I am. They're also making me feel like I need to get out of here. I want to go home. I don't want to be here. So the next question I want to ask is, why was she given this pill? I feel like it was more than one pill, because I feel like this was a deadly. They're making me feel like it was a big dose, and the combination with the alcohol didn't sit well in a system. Now I want to know, why did they give her this lethal combination? All right. So I'm getting the 2 of coins here. I'm getting the 2 of coins here, and this just confirms to me that she was given a double dose. Okay, for me, coins in this instance represents the pills, because as you can see over there, that little window looks like a round pill. So I'm seeing a pill with an like a cross on it. Okay, and if we're looking at the symbolism of pills in these cards, we can see there are two circular structures here, and the one is a bigger one and that one is a smaller one. So there was definitely an overdose, indicated it was too much for her. So why did they give her these pills? And you know, I drew the page of swords here. Now can you see, this is a very, very telling card, because immediately from this I get that another younger person, and I'm getting that it's a female, that there was some kind of bitterness or revenge plot. They wanted to teach her a lesson. This person wanted to teach her a lesson. And so this was not so much about death than but more like to scare her. So there was definitely some issues going on in the background, and some kind of revenge that had to take place. Okay, I'm seeing that if the spider in this card is representative of the person who gave her the pills, or the deadly drink, I see it as someone who has been scheming and plotting this web of revenge, and someone that actually had something against her, and someone that she thought was her friend had been plotting against her. Okay. So for me, I definitely feel, and here with the Four of Wands card as well, you can see the two people in this card here planning to go to battle. They're all armed and ready. So this was definitely pre-planned. You know how they're making me feel, and is as if this was supposed to be just some kind of, this was supposed to be some kind of as I said, a scare tactic or something just to scare her. And it went horribly wrong. And when it went horribly wrong, they had already spun this big web and they had to cover up for themselves. Okay. So I want to know how many people were involved in her death. Okay, so I drew the Eight of Coins card here, and as I said, these cards are so very telling, especially when you are reading energies of so many young people, because the energies are scattered. It's all over the show. So, you know, in this card, I can see that there's one person standing in front of a body of water and 5 other people standing in the shadows. Can you see those people in the shadows? So, you know, the sense that I'm getting here is that there were 5 people involved in covering this up. This is during the night that she had passed away. And I feel like something happened at the pool area, as indicated by this card. You clearly see the person standing in front of a body of water, and that there were 5 other people around that person. So there definitely is the issue of the pool. I feel like she was wanting to get out. I feel like she was wanting to get out of this hotel when she was starting to feel woozy and, drowsy and drunk and intoxicated, and she had wandered down all these passages, and she had ended up close to the pool area. You know, I'm wondering if the pool area is not close to the parking lot, because I feel like she would have wanted to go exited through there, but she was being followed. She was definitely being followed. My answer to my question is, I think there were 5 people involved in covering up her death, or her body ending up in the freezer. But I'm definitely feeling the pool scene come up very strong here. So I want to ask more questions about the pool scene. What happened at the pool area? So I'm going to ask what happened at the pool area. You know, guys, I'm starting to get the sense that the people that were around her held her back. I feel like she wanted to leave, and they actually held her back. She had to get away there, and she discovered the pool area in her state. Now, what happened at the pool area? All right, so when I asked what happened at the pool area, wow, these cards are very telling, guys. I got the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man clearly shows me someone in a weakened state here, someone who's about to topple forward. So, you know, I feel like a blow to the head. So I feel like she fell into the pool, but she knocked her head. I feel a big headache. I feel a blow to my head. I also got the 7 of Wands here. And if you see, this card came up right next to, let's put it this way. This card came up right next to the Hanged Man. So that looks to me like a wolf in a weakened state about to slip into that pool. So wolves in this card deck really just represents, for me, is a representative of female when they come up like this. So I feel like she slipped in. Do you see this, the wolf's claws trying to grip on? Do you see that? Do you see that? Yeah, how the wolf's claws are trying to grip on. So I feel like she slipped and fell into the pool. Now I just want to do a sum to get the... I like to bring some numerology into it, because numerology gives me the underlying story. So what I'm doing is I'm adding up the numbers on the cards to see what else could have transpired. So I'm getting the number 5. So things were chaotic. They weren't thought out. I'm getting the number 5. When I add up these cards, I got the 10 of Cups, the Hangman, 7 of Wands, 9 of Coins, and Knight of Swords, and that adds up to 50. And 5 plus 0 is 5. So things were chaotic. The 5 representing the 5 people who were at the pool area when this happened, and I definitely feel like some help had to be gotten, not help for Kenneka, but help to cover up the fact that she'd fallen into the pool in an intoxicated state and knocked her head. Okay, you know, they're giving me a sense of that that the friends or the people that were at the pool area felt the need to cover this up because of the drugs that they have given her, the medication that they had given her, and they were afraid that they would be implicated in this case, and therefore they went and made the decision to cover this up. Of course, they're making me feel like there were some guys involved here, and that there were some guys as well involved here, and that these guys were not interested. Wow, they were not interested in actually helping this poor girl. Okay, that to me is very, very heartbreaking, because when you are young and you have male friends around, you would expect them to look after your own interests. I also got the 10 of Cups in the reverse position. And this is still, the question that I asked was, what happened at the pool area? And you know, I think this card came up in reverse because she had a tumble. She found herself tumbling down. She fell down. Things were upside down. It was woozy. She fell down. They also show me the Knight of Swords here. And I feel like this was a security guard from the hotel, a security manager or someone like that that was called to the pool area to come and assist with moving her body out. Okay. Wow, this is really heartbreaking, guys. I'm feeling very like someone that's been let down. This girl was very let down by her friends. So the next question I want to ask is, what happened after she fell into the pool? Okay, so what I'm getting here is the Queen of Swords. And again, this is representative of her female protector, the wiser one. There was a decision made by the wiser one of the friends, the one who was in control there, the one who was running the show, and she decided that she had the choice. She was the one calling the shots, because I've also got the Two of Swords here, and this is a card of decisions, of choices. But for me, in this case, I feel it was a blind choice that they made, and that this choice, it could go either way. Either way, they felt that they would be implicated, so they would do it. She decided to do what was best to cover up for them. I'm also getting the Nine of Wands here, and this to me is someone trying to, cover up. Someone that was really angry tried to cover up. So this is what happened after she fell in the pool, is that they were discussing, or the older friend or the wiser friend, might not be older in terms of age, but the wiser friend, the one that was leading the whole thing, decided or made a blind decision to cover this up. Okay. I am also getting the 6 of coins here. I'm getting the 6 of coins here, and this is really, you will see here's a treasure trove of money in this card. So for whatever reason, there was an exchange of money. I would say for at least 3 of the 5 people that were there. I get the sense that the one friend, her boyfriend was involved. I'm definitely getting that the boyfriend was involved in this whole thing. So the one with the boyfriend and the 2 of them had connections at this hotel, and that's why they were so confident that they would be able to cover it up. So I definitely have the feeling that the shoe came off, and I feel like she knocked her head or the face. So I'm getting the sense that there's a missing tooth or cracked tooth or missing teeth here. Because I'm feeling extreme jaw pain. I also feel a throbbing head, and I feel like her shoe came off when they actually took her out of the pool. That's how I'm feeling, is that the shoe came off when they took her out of the pool. Okay, they had to take the shoe out there. They could not leave the shoe in the pool. So just before we go, I would like to ask if there is anything else that we need to know, any important fact that we are missing in this case. That could shed some light on what happened to Kenneka. So now I ask, why was she then wandering through the passages of this hotel, and is the footage that we've seen with her wandering in the passages, is that how she got into the freezer? And when I draw these cards here, let's see what comes up. Okay, now what I'm getting is that there has been so much more added, people's opinions and people trying to kind of work through the videos and try to see where the edits were, that there are some important facts that got lost. Because what I'm seeing in front of me is that, yes, at the point she felt intoxicated, she started wandering through the passages. But how they're making me feel is that she was in that kitchen. She went into that kitchen, but she did not end up in the freezer there. She did not go directly into the freezer. I think she went in and she walked out again. So that footage, how I'm seeing it in through my channel, is confusing because they stitched a couple of scenes together, but she definitely did not walk into the freezer there. When she was wandering through the passages, she ended up in the pool area. Okay, now I asked how many people were involved in putting her in the freezer, and these are the 2 cards that I got. Okay, so there you can clearly see there was, from this card over here, the Knight of Swords, I see it as somebody that was very involved with security in the place, and another gentleman. So I feel like it was 2 gentlemen that was either following her or took her to the freezer. What is quite strange is the following card that I drew, which is the 2 of coins again. And I just want to bring this up close so you can see this. Now, if we're looking at this in terms of who put her in the freezer, you can see there are two people standing outside a door. In case you can't see the words here, oops, those words say bag end. Okay, so for me, this is where it ended for her, where she was put into this freezer and there were two people standing outside that door. And I definitely think it was two more mature or older males. And they look like they have on some kind of corresponding uniform. So it was two males in uniform. That is how she ended up. Kenneka Jenkins ended up in that freezer. She was most definitely put there. The other strange thing is when I drew the card that comes out next to the, oops, let me just get a proper view for you guys. Okay, next to the freezer scene, we are back to the pool scene and we are seeing the hanged man again. And what we can clearly see here is the character in the hanged man. His hair is wet, clearly showing that he is about to fall in or he's fallen in already. And for me, I am just getting that she was wet, and that is why they decided to put her into the freezer. There would have been no other way to explain why she was wet, and this is why they decided to put her there. The final card would be the Ten of Swords, which is the card of being pinned down, and in this case, the card of death, where she finally, final resting place. The final resting place was inside the freezer. So, yes, guys, that is it from me. I do hope that this family finds peace and justice for Kenneka, as none of us will rest until the true story comes to light.